This is the Gore N More podcast with your hosts TJ Bowser, Chad Chrisman, and Big Johnny D. We have such sights to tell you. As we ignite the sky, set oceans on fire. Let the waves melt everything we stand on. Let the tide take it all. We have this coming all alone.
What's
Son of a bitch.
Stroke.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast. This is your host. I can't even fucking do this.
Just go with it.
This is your host with the most, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
Big Johnny D.
What's going on, Gore N More?
Killing Machine himself, Bobby Amone.
Killing fuckers.
And joining us is my friend Alex Probst.
Gore N More. I thought this was porn and more. I'm in the wrong podcast.
No, we could do that one too.
Change up.
Just that angle when he was going in for the deep throat just wasn't right, you know? It's
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling a little overdressed here. I'm overdressed. Hold on.
The performances could have been better on both sides. Anyway, today is September 9th. 2019, and it is, just another episode of your favorite horror podcast. So let's get to the slice of life before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Chad, how was it?
Well, first off, I want to apologize for not being on last week. As everybody heard, I had car troubles. I actually just got my car back today, like probably about an hour and a half ago, before this recording. So it's running great now. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for all the birthday wishes, all the messages, text, calls, whatever. You guys are awesome. All the friends, family, fans even reached out to me. You guys rock. So, aside from that, not much work. I didn't really get a chance to do anything because I had no car, so I was stuck at home. Big Johnny, how about you?
Pretty easy week, man. Just work all the time, normal bullshit adulting. I got to pound down a bunch of fucking horror movies this weekend, which was kind of nice. And finished up a little bit more on my Versus jacket. Other than that, man, it's pretty easy week. Bobby, how about you, buddy?
Last week was pretty work as normal. The weekend was much more fun. I had a photo shoot on Saturday at Shocktoberfest with our friendly host, Miss Tisa Wicked from Wicked Wednesdays, and then our photographer, Chris, along with a few other models, my friend Taylor, our other friends, Jen. Chris was there. We had another photographer, Jim Goodfellow, there. It was a fun shoot. We're slowly getting some pictures back. I'll be posting up a few. Well, I posted up one or two yesterday and one today. And so there'll be more coming up. And then yesterday was the first ball Sunday of the season. So it was a pretty nice little weekend.
Alex.
Yes.
How was your week?
Well, it was all right. I'm not doing much. I'm halfway doing pre-production for a short film that I'm trying to, shoot in the next couple weeks. So that's really all I'm focusing on. Other than that, I accidentally drank a whole jar of moonshine. So I'm trying to figure out why I'm still alive.
How much of that was an accident?
The last drink.
Well, it's good to know that the last one you said, I think I've had enough.
I think I've had enough, but I'm gonna just go ahead and drink it anyway.
Yes.
Somehow it ended up there, but whatever.
That happens.
Happens to the best of us.
DJ, how was your week?
Yeah, well,
Okay, so as normal, I was busier than all hell. And okay, so I'm going to address something really quickly first here. We announced Michael B. Silver to be interviewed today. That got moved to Friday due to a scheduling conflict. It is still happening. And even if I do interview him, y'all aren't going to fucking hear it for some time because we are saving it for a project that I am working on that I can't talk about yet until the end of September. Do-backers know what it is. I think everybody in this room and this podcast knows. Mm-hmm. Including Alex, because I like to share everything that I do with Alex.
I know, and I appreciate that.
I just like to, share the love and especially get your input on stuff because you're a fellow filmmaker and you're one of my favorites.
For sure.
Well,
thanks.
Hey, the shit
Don't
that
share the herpes.
the stuff that I've seen of yours is really good stuff. We confirmed Rusty Schwimmer this morning for Gore N More. That will be coming out as well.
That's awesome.
For
That
you
is so cool.
Jason Goes to Hell fans out there, you're screaming right now.
I mean, all the Legally Blonde fans are up in arms too.
I was like, Alex, help me out with these Michael B. Silver questions. He's like, honestly, just ask rom-com questions and Legally Blonde, and just leave it at that. I was just like,
because I looked him up, and that was the first thing that popped up was Legally Blonde. I was like, well, that's it right there. There's your interview.
You're like, welcome to a horror podcast.
Exactly.
I love it.
Watch it.
we will be debuting a new podcast Thursday mornings. That means Hall of Heroes will be releasing on Fridays from now on. And should we announce our new podcast now?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. will be the first episode of Do Back Sports, hosted by Brandon Stoudenheimer. And I think it's Josh Miller, maybe his co-host. I'm not 100% sure. See, we have people approach me now, and they're like, hey, I want to do a show. Can you give me guidance? So I do that, and they end up, especially Brandon, seeing that he already worked for us. He's a writer over at the dobackdiscussion.net. He is a huge horror fan and an even bigger sports fan. So I am letting him go all out on this, and it's pretty amazing. We just finished up production on the intro song, and anybody get a chance to listen to that that's currently here?
No.
I do not.
I posted it.
You didn't share it with me.
Well, it's not that awesome. You guys can listen to it on Thursday. It's 25 seconds of, it's a sports intro. It's a sports podcast intro. I glorified the best that I can. But they're going to do lots of, sports, everything from hockey, football, baseball, stuff like that. Like I said, Thursday morning, 7:30, look out for it on dobackdiscussion.net, followed by iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, the normal shit, or wherever you listen to your audio only content. So moving on, we like to touch on our first topic before we get into our review of Splinter from 2008, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to touch on some of the negative attention that we've been getting. And we're not going to say any names because we are classy individuals, but we will definitely put out examples.
And we don't want to give them any publicity.
Exactly. So all of us here have experienced some sort of form or encountered some person that is toxic in the horror community.
There's always one.
Following a big shift at Duback a couple months ago with the fallout of a couple sponsors and a change of friends and staffing issues, we've had a lot of negative attention directed towards us. And that really wasn't warranted, as I just did the same thing that I always do. And if I'm guilty of anything, it's being loyal to my friends and loyal to the people that help me out the most. That's the only thing that I did wrong, and I will stick by that. Now, as the allegations go to the people saying that I threatened them, and I think Chad can attest to this, I am not a violent person by any means. And I am the last person to go on the internet. Whoever is breathing heavily into that microphone, back up. It sounds like John. I know this conversation's getting you worked up. So
Hard,
that's what it sounded like to me too.
I thought Darth Vader walked in.
You're just ready to release it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I understand. I don't know what's going on, but continue.
I've never threatened anybody on the internet. I am above that. The allegations that were made that I was threatening somebody and then that I, quote, pussed out at a convention is the complete opposite. Here's the fact of the matter. I was at a booth. Our booth was large. It was 2 spaces wide. We had the biggest, the tallest banner in the entire fucking convention center. If you wanted to find me, you knew where I was. I was sitting at the giant Duback booth with all the Friday the 13th shit on it. Okay? You're the one who showed up in costume and would refuse to talk to us. You're the one who showed up at our booth to look at the fucking products my sponsor sells because you don't want to go out of your way to message them. You are the coward. Quit going on fucking Facebook and saying that I threatened you when I didn't do shit. Also, for you, the one guy that messaged me this week and was like, hey, I get to see you this weekend, buddy. Quit acting like you're my friend. You called me a cunt on social media. That's not how things work. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like everything's fine. I met you at a convention. The fucking tension could have been cut with a butter knife. I understand. I have no problem with you other than the way that you've talked about me. And as for fucking Frankenpoop, okay, I will say one name because only fans of this podcast knew who Frankenpoop is. Okay? I posted a fucking GIF. I'm sorry that your past bothers you so much that you felt the need to block me and then make a fucking post saying that I didn't fit a rhetoric or some bullshit. I have no secret plan. I live each day, you know, like it's a new day. I don't have like some fucking secret plan or ban things. You got banned from the group because of your toxicity and the fact that you acted like an elitist asshole on a group that likes to stay positive. That's not my problem. And then your past leaked out and it got to the community. I'm sorry that I love to post spicy memes and you got upset. It's not my fault. And anybody that I asked, the pedo bear gif was hilarious. Okay? You just couldn't handle it.
Ooh.
Now, as for some of the filmmakers out there that like to consistently message me, I'm not going to read those fucking messages. Okay? If you're coming to throw shade at me or to try to control my output, like my content output, I'm not going to listen to you. Okay? And if you're going to get all butthurt, just get the fuck over it. You're a filmmaker. You're going to receive criticism no matter what you do. Alex, I think you can attest to this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're going to make...
They're like that, man. I know how it is.
I mean, if you can't handle the criticism, don't get in the game. Simple as that. Okay, I'm a fan of your film, but I learned to separate the art from the artist. And I like to be professional. I have never gone on social media and publicly bashed anybody. And that is why I never said any names here other than a nickname for somebody. I'm not that person. I will never be that person. Despite constant posts being about me, despite an absolutely unfair and horrible review made on our page about a podcast host talking too much on a podcast.
Bastard. How dare you talk on your podcast?
How dare you?
Literally,
Terrible.
I have said nothing. Nothing.
I'm appalled that you would even suggest the idea of talking on a podcast.
I know. It is absolutely
Terrible.
How dare you?
I was just sitting. I'm sorry that this is taking up a part of the episode, but I sit and I work my ass off to bring this content. Do we get paid for this? No. And any of the money that we do make, we send it back to the people. We do this as a public service. Do we love putting out our opinions there? Yes. Do I love editing hours of fucking podcast? Yeah, because it's that's my thing. I'm an audiophile. I fucking love it.
It gets them off.
It does. Completion and everything. It's the best orgasm I've ever had.
Yeah.
Full brick.
I'm
Full
very
brick.
proud of the stuff
That is
that
a
we do.
cinder block, all right?
Jesus
Everywhere.
Christ. I am very proud of the content we produce at Dewback, and I will continue making content. I do 4 shows a week on average. And that's just recording myself. I do 8 shows a week if you want to count editing. So give credit where credit is due. Quit bitching on social media. If you have a problem with me, you know where I live. Quit hiding behind a fucking veil, behind a keyboard. Be upfront about it. Now, moving on, to our content.
I'll
Week.
be at your house tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna come beat your ass now. I'm sick of this.
I know.
I'm going to come beat you up
The
now.
problem is that all these people act
How
like
dare you.
girls. The problem
How dare
is
you.
that grown men
Man.
act like women, and then we have to fucking deal with it.
Oh, dude, that's just the internet these days. I mean, look at what Star Wars has done to the internet.
Oh, let's not even go there.
That's
This is
not
not the
even
place for
That
it.
is the
No,
worst.
I know,
That is the
but I was
worst
just, I
bandwagon.
know it's not the place for it.
Are you sure it is called Dewback Discussion Network?
We're on Gore N More.
That is fair.
I mean, I
I know,
completely
just an
understand.
example.
I started in Star Wars podcasting, for anybody who doesn't know, and I had to leave it. That shit is bad. That place is literally
Dude,
cancer.
It is. Toxic.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, not getting into anything. I can't even talk about it with anybody without getting into just a fist fight at some point, just because nobody will shut the fuck up about anything. You can't even like anything anymore. But
Have an
anyway,
opinion about a good thing you like.
no, dude, you can't. You can't. It's fucking retarded. So whatever. I'm not getting into that shit either, dude. I deal with this shit all day long. I can't fucking handle it.
So before we go any further, quick message from our sponsor.
Hello there, creepy ghouls. Do you like spooky things and horror movies? Then Cabin 13 has the stuff for you. Check out their selection of horror-themed props, pins, busts, action figures, collectibles, and more. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to visit cabin13.com and buy something, or I'll kill you! Marcio Charlie's Horror Costume Studios. Premium hand-sculpted latex masks, busts, and hoods. Everything is handmade and painted by Marcio himself. Be sure to check out his wide range and selection of products over at Facebook and Instagram at Horror Costume Studios.
And we are back for our review of 2008's Splinter. This is a Johnny pick, so before we go any further, all blame lands on him.
Fuck off.
Good.
So it is directed by
Yes.
directed by Toby Wilkins, and I saw his name in the fucking credits so much. Written by Kai Berry.
Oh
Ian
my
Shore,
god. Yeah, oh sorry.
Toby Wilkins, produced by Ted Krober.
Yep.
Ty Berry, starring Charles Baker as Blake Sherman Jr., Jill Wagner as Polly What? Paul Costanzo as Seth Belzer. Shay Winningham as Dennis Farrell. Rachel Curbs as Lacey
Looks like Belial.
Laurel Westlet as Sheriff Terry.
Fucking Belial.
Music by...
Please tell me you know what Belial is from.
Yes, I do.
What's Belial from?
Okay.
Basket case.
Basket Case?
Oh, okay. It's been a while.
Okay, no. It's fair. That is definitely an obscure one. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
Music by Elia Sumril.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, God, these names. Cinematography by Nelson Craig.
Craig.
Edited by David Michael Muir. Distributed by Magnolia Pictures. Bobby? Anybody else that they did?
Never fucking heard of them.
Okay. Released by
This movie was very limited, so I'm sure this company is very limited too.
October 31st, 2008. Runtime, 82 minutes. Budget, we have no fucking clue because we can't find shit. Gross.
Actually, hold on. I do know something about that Magnolia Pictures.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's from one of your guys' local boy there, Mark Cuban. Doesn't he own that?
Yeah, he was an executive producer on this.
Wow. He's a Shark
that's
Tank?
right. He's in the credits.
Yeah. Grossed.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pause that one.
You're fine. Grossed $478,931. $478,931. And we have no budget, so we don't even know if this is successful. But all I know is I didn't like it. We're going to play this. Okay, I'm not going to go as far as saying that I didn't like it.
It wasn't The Dentist.
Yeah, it wasn't The Dentist. So here is the trailer for this film. Oh, God. Here we go.
For this film?
I like that little pause in there.
I think I'm gonna like camping.
Fucking blue balls right there. I'll tell you what. They never did anything.
Guy.
I mean,
She looks not right.
uh,
What do you want to do?
Turn it off. Get in the car.
Pull over.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Get inside!
It was that shaky cam we love so much.
oh my fucking god! The amount of notes I took of the shaky cam.
Yes, I will. Yes.
This gas station.
I can't even apologize for that one.
Stop.
Oh,
I think it's gone.
like how does this dude call himself a cinematographer?
I don't know.
Get in your car! There's something out there!
Watch the Splinter. Don't want to stick you. Here!
It's gonna get in here! It's gonna kill it!
Dude, this trailer is as dreadfully long as the movie is.
It is.
But the movie was at least enjoyable.
See, man, to me, anything with 80 minutes, dude, I can do that any day. That's a smooth sailing movie.
So, who wants to read this plot rundown?
All right, hit it up, Bobby.
When their plans for a nature trip go awry, Polly Watt, played by Joe Wagner, and boyfriend Seth Belger, we're not reading his name, decide to check into a motel. On their way, they're carjacked and kidnapped by low-rent crooks Dennis Farrell and Lacey Belisle, who take the victims their SUV to a nearby gas station. Along the way, they encounter an increasingly terrifying horde of parasites, and if any of them intend to survive, they'll have to outsmart the deadly organisms, which humans normally don't anyway.
Okay. So, Chad has no notes for this.
What the hell is that noise? Is that a locust swarm?
I have no fucking clue. I think Alex is outside.
That's a little Splinter sound, dude.
They're the damn cicadas.
It's the damn cicadas.
Sorry, I'm outside. Yeah, I was.
You should watch one of those things. I swear to God, guts everywhere.
Oh yeah, and they still don't shut the fuck up.
So, let's discuss, boys.
Yeah, because I looked everywhere for behind the scenes, and I could not find shit on this movie. It's like it just existed.
You said the same thing, and I did hunting for at least 3 hours, and I'm right there with you, man.
There's nothing.
I couldn't find fucking shit.
The funny thing is, I found it. It won like a bunch of awards at this one film festival. That's about it. And it was nominated for a Saturn Award. But yeah, must have been a shitty film festival because it won like 5
And
awards.
the winner of the Shaky Cam Award goes to.
Yeah, really. I mean, what film festival was that? Like,
I think Michael J. Fox was the cameraman.
Oh my!
Oh, he went there.
That's
Terrible.
Okay.
I am going to hell.
Oh.
Like we already learned.
Yeah.
Just get ready to vote.
So I'm gonna go start by saying, "What the fuck, John?"
All right. So do you want me to say mine now, or do you guys want to like all say your piece and then me come up with the end of this?
How do we want to do this, Gore More?
should we hit it with all the negativity and then just end it on a positive note?
Go ahead. You know what? That's what I'm saying. You
Alex,
guys,
you know what? You're
you
the
guys do
guest.
your dump on it, and
Alex,
then I'll try to sweep it up a little bit at the end.
That just seems like the
Alex
most
go
natural
first,
way to talk about it.
Yep.
So yeah, go for it then.
All right.
You may start
Well,
the
TJ,
pooping.
do you want to start? Or,
No, you're the guest,
or,
dude. You can start the shitting.
I mean, my notes are so scattered because I was just watching it and like literally writing down shit that I thought was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So my first initial thought, literally from the first 2 minutes, just from the opening credits where it's still shaky cam on a bridge because nobody knows what a fucking car mount is, was which version of iMovie was this cut on? But that's really, I don't really know. I mean, I don't know what this movie was. The idea was cool, the Splinter idea is cool, the parasitic idea is cool, but the whole execution is fucking stupid. There's no purpose for them to go to the woods in the first place. So the takeaway is I shouldn't have gone camping either because fuck this whole movie. Sorry.
Well, the whole reason they went for the woods is because he wanted anniversary sex.
Yeah, I know, but so did she. But then the whole time they're like, I'm not cut out for the woods.
You can tell the guy.
I'm gonna shit on the movie here a little bit too. Actually, I'm not gonna say I'm not.
It's just a lame. All I'm saying is it's just a lame setup because they could have been going to the woods and just ended up at the gas station, but then you wouldn't have the fucking meth heads run out of the woods. Which
fair enough.
That whole I don't even remember where they came in at. They just came in out of nowhere because
I agree with that.
I thought it kind of was more of a setup to just show kind of how useless he was at anything.
Everything.
Physical. Yeah, pretty much.
Just an introduction. I mean, I guess it's just still, I don't know.
And and what I'm going to sidebar on this, and I don't know if you guys are campers or whatnot.
I am.
Okay, when you buy a fucking tent, you always set it up before you go out on your fucking camping trip, so you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he did say they were not camping people, but that was my first thing where I was yelling at the TV, and I'm like, "Well, you fucking morons! That was your own fault."
Yeah, yeah. And then the only reason he's like, "I think I'm gonna like camping," is because she's over here grabbing his dick, and then he doesn't even get his fucking dick sucked. So what's the point?
Poor guy.
Well, he probably was if he didn't pick up the fucking meth head, but.
He would have gotten some
Be
pussy
nice.
if he knew how to set up a fucking tent.
This movie could have been short. This movie could have been so short with either two different endings of either A, they got the tent up and bing bada boom good, or they just didn't pick up the meth head and went to the fucking cheap motel and had gross motel sex.
Yeah, really.
Look, we'll all just agree it's horrible writing. That's all it comes down to is lazy, horrible writing.
Hey,
Listen,
I will
this was
give
a
him
dude
props
who was
for
like,
this.
I wanted to try some effects, and
Because that's what he is. He's like a special effects guy, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? You guys go ahead. I got enough
Okay,
to say. at
so
the end of
I will
this,
I will give this film this. They didn't try to overcomplicate it with like a really like stupid backstory of explaining like how the splinters were created and like how all that started. They kind of just threw you into the mix, and I appreciate that because it didn't make a meh movie even more meh. So
right.
I mean, it could have gone that direction, and it didn't. What ended up doing was throwing you right into the action and then giving you an almost Thing-esque type of monster that kind of, absorbs body parts, connects it to itself, and like creates this, fucking monstrosity.
Yeah.
It's mold.
Yeah.
It's just combining itself.
And then also
That you barely fucking see because this is like the Godzilla of horror movies.
it is
Hey,
true.
don't be bashing Godzilla now, man.
Oh, no. Hey, no.
I think he meant
the
the-
2014 Godzilla's.
the
I just
Godzilla's
mean how
barely,
little you
yeah.
see him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's like Jason Goes to Hell. Jason's in
Yeah.
the movie, you just don't fucking see him.
But when you do see this fucking thing, you can't fucking see him because the goddamn cameraman is like
Shaking.
because they didn't. I'm telling you, the special effects weren't done all the way. Like,
See,
that's why they didn't fucking
Oh.
show. That's why it's shaky the
I
whole
agree.
fucking movie.
When he
I
got
agree.
his arm cut.
They didn't have the budget to do it. So, but whatever.
That must
Anyway,
be it.
I'm-
That must have been it. They didn't have a budget for a good
Yeah.
monster, so they just covered it up with
And
shaky
every
cam.
shot is a fucking close-up. Every
Yeah.
single
Right.
fucking shot is a close-up.
There's like 2 establishing shots of the gas station, and that's it.
Yep.
But I don't know. But I won't. I'm not going to like sound like I fucking completely hated this movie because I laughed my ass off the whole time just to like because I was trying to understand why this thing got a 74% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which
Yeah.
doesn't which really doesn't mean shit because
That's just critics.
awful movies.
The better percentage ratings than any of the good ones.
I mean, look at Dave Chappelle right now.
Exactly. But then again, that's not really accurate.
But that's different because
Yeah.
it's comedy and yeah.
You can't do
people
anything these days without
but-
something offending someone. So
yeah. I'm just particularly harsh on horror movies because I'm not like a big horror guy, I mean, I am, and I appreciate them, and I like campy movies. Just I'm just not as into it as you guys are.
mm-hmm.
So that's just why I'm so harsh on them.
It's understandable.
Because I've seen really, really good cheap horror movies,
Mm-hmm.
And then you get shit that has an actual budget that's just awful.
Yes.
But that's with any genre. Horror it's everywhere, so I'm just harsher on it.
Agreed.
You can't avoid it.
So
Well, it's easy to put out too.
It's easy to produce, yeah. So everybody fucking shits it out like it's candy. So
not only,
Anyway.
other than the absolute shit cinematography in Shaky Cam City, the story was okay. The effects
I liked the idea.
and a lot of the effects were done, either they hid something by, the fact that they're so close to everything and they kept everything just off camera in a lieu to save budget or something. And I realized that throughout the film that they would, it'd just be right out of frame just so you couldn't see it, or it'd only be on the screen for a couple seconds, or it'd be like super fucking pixelated because it's on the fucking surveillance camera. They did the bare minimum, but whenever you have a smaller budget, which they clearly did, it tends to make you get inventive. And that could could go either way as well.
I feel a lot of times it actually goes the better.
Okay.
Maybe not necessarily in this case,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, when people, when you have to think outside the box and you're not just given like a shit ton of fucking money, it makes you think a little different. But it's just.
Oh yeah, it allows you to be creative because you don't have like the means to like do it, I guess. So you come up with more creative ways, storytelling wise, and it's all in the direction though.
Yeah, but I think
horror movies that have done that too.
I think what
you
they should
could
have
name
done
like
to be
5 of them right off the bat.
what they should have done was not
Halloween.
use the shaky cam.
Exactly, and that was a $350,000 budget, which is what this movie made.
Yeah, and you know,
so it's like they had to do it. Anybody can.
Mm-hmm. Like it's just lazy writing to me. That's just my whole takeaway from it. Because the idea, like I said, the parasitic idea is cool. I mean, I thought that whole thing was neat. It was just the way that it was written around it, and it could have been a really, really cool like half-hour short film, that was just extended too long.
45 minute film. I like the idea of it, but I feel like part of this movie was really based on the fact of something other movies did.
Yeah.
Like you said before, the parasitic thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that it can only sense heat. It sounds like something out of Tremors 2. Like, okay, you got to keep yourself cold, like he did with the ice.
Yeah, that's the whole ice scene, dude. Like, yeah.
Like, that's that whole deal. And then it sounds like the Blob, too. Like, it hates the cold.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see where everything was woven in. So the idea was there. It would have been a little bit more original.
Yeah.
It should have hated something more than the cold, because it's I don't know.
Well, see that
I'm looking at the poster now. I don't know. It just didn't match up for me. Good idea, but there was just too much that kind of brought it together that kind of should have been changed.
Well, that was one thing that pissed me off, and was the fact that they're sitting there hiding in the freezer, and the guy's getting his fucking PhD in biology, and he's like, "Well, I have no idea why I didn't want to follow us in here. I have no idea." It's like, really? You couldn't figure it out? I figured it out.
Yeah.
I've never even been in a fucking college room. You know what I mean?
College room.
Classroom.
Goddamn college rooms.
But he's like, I don't know why. It's like, really?
Well, that's what I mean. The dialogue is like dog shit.
Yeah.
That's
like,
not even a question. You're spot on with that.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's literally a line. He's like, "You all have a case of CDS. Can't do shit." That's what this movie is.
Yeah.
It can't do shit.
I'm gonna use that.
I mean, I'm
not gonna lie, dude. I laughed at that one.
I did too. Well, that's what I mean. I laughed my ass off a lot during this movie. It's just because of how bad the dialogue is. Because I don't know. I mean, I know you guys appreciate fucking awful dialogue too, right? I mean,
it's weird because like I feel like they tried to write smart characters, but the way they wrote them just didn't fucking like hit the mark.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like they wrote what the fuck was her name there? The girl anyways, but they wrote her like she seemed like she was kind of smart, but then she started making really fucking dipshit decisions. Like the gasoline, like, oh yeah, it won't come back at us. It's like, no, dude, it's a trail of fucking gasoline, you idiots. Like, of course it's gonna come back at.
Yeah.
Real quick, a piece of continuity. I love it though. With the diesel fuel, because diesel fuel is hard to light.
Yes.
So I'm like,
yeah. Oh, when he shoots the tank.
Yeah. Like normally, if you shoot that with diesel fuel, it's gonna pour out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, diesel fuel doesn't just light up. You can smoke cigarettes next to it, and it's not gonna light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
You need a pretty good ignition for that.
Well,
so continuity wise.
Yeah. I mean, lighter fluid doesn't go up that easy and start burning the back of a fucking building that easy either. I mean, even though
the only thing they got right was that propane explosion.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, anybody can get a propane explosion, right? I mean, it's gasoline. It's just contained gasoline. It's just gonna fucking explode.
If you just heat the top of it real quick, step back, because 2 seconds later, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Cool. They taught us this shit.
It's just stupid white people. That's all it comes down to.
That's legitimately it. This was a white trash movie. That's exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why I like it. I am a Rob Zombie fan. Can I say?
That's that's exactly what it reminded me of. It was a Rob Zombie movie.
Okay, so zombie standards.
This is where I was going to go with it, and I mentioned this in our group chat to like Chad and stuff. But
yeah, with
the shaky cam and shit, like obviously it seems pretty. It seems pretty clear that they're just trying to cover up what they couldn't afford to do, which, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And
I also feel it's kind of a product of the 2000s horror era.
Well, that was a point I was going to get to.
Because like you look at Saw, Hostel, any of that shit, they do those crazy, especially like in the montages at the end and shit, dude. And it's just fucking flipping everywhere, man. And
yeah, well, that's what I think. I wrote down something. I was like, I was like, typical. It was like this is so 2008.
Oh yeah, dude, like hard, like all
Cloverfield type deal.
I was like 2000
saturated and shit, dude. It's like
I hate it. I hate the brownness of it. I hate it.
One of the reasons why I hated the new It. Same fucking reason.
Oh, chapter 2.
No, not that one. The first one. Sorry, I did not see the.
Okay.
The second one was really good.
Bill Hader was the
issue-
shining star.
Huh?
Yeah.
Bill Hader was the shining star of the new It movie.
You saw it?
The two Bills were fantastic.
Yes.
But I mean, this isn't an It chapter 2.
No.
But I know that. I'm just gonna say this though. It's like I just thought it was too long. It could have been cut.
You are not the only person that has said that.
No, everybody. Like I was in the theater like checking my phone because I was like, dude, I'm so fucking bored. and like it would have been like a perfect sequel if it were just a little bit shorter. I think if they just cut it down a little bit because it's almost like they repeat themselves a lot. And I don't know. I just cut it down. It was, okay. But whatever. I'm sure they'll come out with like a 3.5 hour long version that's even more slow.
They said the director wanted to drop a 7-hour version of them all like tied together.
Yeah, they're doing a super cut of it.
Yeah, I understand why it was that long though. The cast is phenomenal, so you'd want them on screen as much as you can.
Well, it's a pretty big book too, so
they did it pretty well.
Oh, I thought perfect, but
like
again,
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
Johnny's
back to
question.
Splinter.
Yeah, Johnny D's big question.
All right, I got so. All right, I don't know if you guys remember your basic biology, but they pretty much said that this was a mold, correct?
Yeah.
mold something like that.
Okay. So, first of all, you should realize that fire is going to kill it. Pretty much fire is going to kill anything. So they could have used that. However, they're in a gas station. They've kind of run into all the supplies that they've needed so far, which I did like the idea of that because, like, that's not too far out of the realm of possibility. You know what I mean? They got their screwdriver. They had their, the lighter fluid for, they had all their shit.
Yeah, it's just a basic writing technique.
Why didn't they use bleach? I feel like there would have been.
They use bleach?
Yeah, bleach as a base instantly kills mold.
Well, I can answer that very simply. They didn't know what the fuck they were writing.
Fair enough.
I don't.
Yeah, but the doctor in this movie didn't know what the fuck he was talking about either.
No, exactly, because the person that wrote that character didn't know shit about biology or being a PhD. I mean, the only thing that he did was probably look up how spores, molds, and funguses.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, let's see. What are spores, molds, and funguses, and how do they fucking spread? Add a little parasite in there, and there you go. I mean, that's all it is. It's a cool idea.
Okay, but
anyway, sorry.
No. Besides that, the other question, which I would actually like to hear all your opinions on, is during probably one of my favorite scenes, the arm scene.
Yeah.
Putting yourself into that situation. Would you be able to use the box cutter right away, or would you make that motherfucker go look for something a little bigger and possibly a little sharper than that?
I mean, first of all, I don't know who would even suggest cutting off somebody's arm with a box cutter.
I'm sorry, not a box cutter, a utility knife.
Same thing.
I mean,
It's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It was the same
Tiny
thing.
little 1.5 fucking blade. Cut through your arm. Here you go.
Yeah, like they didn't have anything else in a gas station. They didn't sell a saw in there. You got fucking everything else. There's
What was I saying? They had a hammer. They had fucking screwdriver set. You know what I mean?
It was a low key fucking Home Depot in there. Like they had everything.
This is in the South.
Was it in the South?
It was in Oklahoma, so I mean, kind of the South. I don't really. I mean, it's like Midwest.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah.
TJ and Chad, what do you guys think? Or Bobby.
By the way, how great was it with the line? She said, "It's okay, it's okay. We're just cutting off your arm."
Bro.
Yeah, I know.
Very casual.
Very casual.
Okay, so
they're casual about everything.
It doesn't bother me the fact they used a utility knife. What bothers me is how fucking lazy they were after that with
the brick?
with the special effects for the fact that they cut off his fucking arm. Instead of, green screening or, putting visual effects, to remove his arm, they just kept his fucking arm out of frame every shot.
You didn't even have to do that. I mean, all you had to do was just fucking do one shot up on the fucking biology major and just have him slam a fucking cinder block down on the ground and then cut to the next scene with his arm off. Like, it's fucking easy.
Yeah.
And then you have more money for the, your monster that you've been building up to this whole fucking time.
That we never see.
By the way, did anyone notice how shitty the harness looked under his shirt when they were trying to hide his arm?
Oh my god!
Oh, because you could notice the bump on the shoulder.
Yeah, you could clearly see his arm in his sling under that shirt.
Get good reviews.
Okay, so douche of the movie.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles, I got to tell you something. That guy was, I just didn't like him.
Bobby, you sound like you're like sitting really far away.
Right here, sorry.
There we go.
He was taking a pee.
No, Charles.
Okay.
I fucking hated him. I like the redneck better than him.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, and the redneck actually had a heart of gold. He was doing it because he was trying to get his money to get to that widow.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Wait,
because
what are you talking about, Charles? You talking about the gas station dude?
No. Or whatever. What is his name? Blake Sherman. That's it. I fucked up his name. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the gas station guy. That's the guy who gets killed in like the first 2 minutes.
No, Charles was the gas station guy. You're looking at
You mean Dennis?
Dennis.
That's Dennis.
Say there's Dennis and Seth.
Yeah, Dennis is the redneck guy.
So Seth is the other guy?
Yeah, Seth's the nerd.
Yeah, Seth's the guy.
That's it. I hated Mr. PhD.
Yeah, fuck him. I wanted him to get his head blown off.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Mr. PhD was
annoying. For him
annoying.
to get infected and all of a sudden become really smart, like he knows how to get in the place and kill them.
Can I mention something about like the scene where they're like, oh, so
better.
you're a doctor, so you can write scripts? He's like, I'm not a doctor yet, but I will be. Like, come on.
And she gets pissed off at him too. It's like, oh great, fuck you.
So you're not a fucking doctor. You can't write scripts.
Speaking of that girl, I didn't
Fucking
even know
junkies.
that thing killed her because the stupid jump shot, the editing just cut away too quick. I didn't even know she was fucking dead.
Yeah, not until they show like, a
You
little bit of her
don't
side
remember
messed
her
up.
face going on the fucking window, bashing 15 times in a row?
No. Before that, like right when it showed her dying, and then it cut away to the monster on the fucking hood. You don't even know that she's dead until they say that she's dead 2.5 minutes later.
Oh, really? Because I kind of got it as soon as you saw the pupil like dilate and not blink.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of like, okay, you saw it. You saw like the dead look right in her eyes, so I figured that just kind of gave it right there.
I think a lot of it had to do with it was everything's quick shots and
It
close-ups.
is. It is very fucking like.
It's that Rob Zombie style.
If you blink, you're gonna
I
miss
gotta
something.
say, I am a fan of. I will admit, this was a little bit much, but
The only time I was a fan of that was like Devil's Rejects, but that's just because that's a good movie. So
I can't wait for 3 for Hell.
That's true.
yeah, those are the and that's the only Rob Zombie movie I like.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same.
I think his Halloween is one of the biggest pieces of dog shit I've ever seen.
I will defend that one, sir.
I know you
disagree.
will. No, I know you will, and I have a bunch of friends who are Rob Zombie fans who fight me to the death on this, and that's okay. I'm a huge fan of the original. That's why.
Oh yeah, dude, I love the original too, man.
No, I know.
I can't shit on that. Obviously, we wouldn't have.
It's just
you wouldn't have the other one without it. So
no, I know, but it has nothing to do with remakes like either. It's just I just don't like Rob Zombie's execution style. That's just me though. So I mean, to each their own. I don't care. You know, I'm not gonna just be like, oh, you fucking like Rob Zombie. Get the fuck you, man.
Here's one you might
I
like
can
was
totally see where you stand with that because there's a lot of people that don't like that. I like it for the fact that it's his image, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I get
like
it.
His shit, so I like his stuff, so I'm like, okay, he did it well. He did it his way, perfect. But when you go to the original is the original. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Same thing with that 2018 bullshit.
But here, I was about to say something about that. I really like. No, hang on.
I'm a fan of that. Movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like Rob Zombie's version better. I didn't. I didn't. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. I love the way the new one was shot. I could have given a shit less about the story. Like I just didn't care.
I love Danny McBride, man, but he shouldn't have touched it, dude. Like, you know what I mean? You know when he touched it.
I love him, and you know, yeah, it's all the comedy in it is where Danny McBride came in, and there's like really great scenes in that movie. Like there are like the one shot on Halloween night when Michael's like walking down the street is fucking phenomenal. Like that entire scene is great.
Oh, the one take? Yeah, that was
the one shot. That's what I mean. Yeah, the one shot all the way down into the house, and the whole thing was beautiful, and it was Carpenter's. Like that was straight Carpenter all the way.
That's just what I was thinking. That's the Carpenter thing there.
And the most, sorry, again, we're getting so off topic, but like
welcome to Gore N More. Welcome to Gore N More.
Yeah, but like the most interesting part of that movie they killed off in the first 15 minutes. Like the people like that were going back to study Michael, like that.
Oh, the podcasters.
Yeah, they were
they're podcasters.
The journalists or whatever.
No, they were straight up podcasters.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they lied about it.
Oh, I didn't see. I forgot all about that. But anyway,
yeah, they were like
pays for an interview.
Podcasters and shit.
Oh, see, I thought that they were actually like.
No, it was all a farce, dude. Like they lied about like what they actually did, and they're just like fucking true crime fucking weirdos. That's why they are getting all off like sitting on Judith's grave and shit.
That's actually the most popular podcast, our true crime podcasts.
Man, you know, I guess I just fucking forgot about that. They just seem like the most interesting part to me, because to me, I was like, oh, they're going to be like, I guess in a way, like.
I figured he would have got killed off early. I figured she would have lasted a little longer, but yeah,
or something. I don't know. I just feel like
I loved their deaths. I loved how brutal they got killed.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they were smashing on the wall. I mean, listen. I love the movie. I will straight up say it.
I mean, that's
I can understand where people don't like it.
Yeah,
point it out. You can point out before the movie came out. Oh, they pretty much forgot everything else except for the first one.
Yeah,
that's one flaw right there.
In a way, they
basically forgot a part of your history.
They kind of, it's like they forgot anything past the first one, but they cherry picked ideas from all of those sequels.
Well, you can go through the film and see every single film in that film.
The whole cult thing is, I mean, obviously that, fucking Halloween 6.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the whole cult idea, which I never even bought into in the first place, and that I think that was my main thing about it. I was like, why does it have to be a cult? Why can't he just be a fucking crazy person?
Some of us like that cult aspect, okay?
I was waiting for TJ to come in on this.
Well, listen, that aspect is good, but I always assumed it was Michael who didn't give a shit and was just like, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm here, and they're just trying to do some shit with me.
And that's the thing with Halloween is it follows so many different storylines. So, we get the sister trilogy, we get the Jamie Lloyd trilogy. So I'm able to separate those two, those part of the series. And that's how I enjoy the Halloween franchise. Is I'll watch 1, 2, H2O, and then I'll watch 4, 5, and 6. They're all part of the same franchise, but they all feel like different story arcs. So
nice.
My problem there, though.
I like that. Kind of. Sorry.
They include Halloween 4 in that Thorn trilogy when that movie had not a damn thing to do. Did not create it. Five created it. It bothers the hell out of me.
Man, and what's oddly enough, like as fucking picky as I am with horror movies and shit, for some reason I like the fourth one. Like
you should, sir.
It is the perfect slasher film. I
really like the fourth one, and I don't know, like there's just something about it that I really like. I don't know.
The film's got a good texture. It's got a good flow.
It just feels
brutally, but it doesn't overindulge in gore. It really brings a nice round into the story.
Yeah,
you could have included that in this new one and say, no, that really wasn't her daughter. It was all a hoax. You could have avoided a lot if you just kind of.
Yeah, because to me the Jamie thing was cooler. I don't know, because to me before the cult thing even happened, I was like, oh, so Michael just wants to kill his fucking family. You know, I was like, well, that's fine. Like, you can just be a crazy person. But I just don't like the cult idea. To me, like, that's all Blumhouse is fucking doing now. Is like everybody's into cult shit. That's all anybody's doing, and it's like it's gonna turn into zombies, dude. I'm just, you can see it happening, and I'm not into cults that much either. I just think it's over.
Halloween.
I just think it's lazy.
Halloween 6 is a great movie. It's actually done very well, but you take the cult out of it, you could call it a decent movie.
Yeah.
Think I would go back and reshoot because the script they had for that movie was fucking off the hook.
Yeah, well, that's why there's two different. That's why there's two different cuts.
Well, there's more to it. Like that second producer's cut, there was supposed to be a fight at the end where Jamie dies at the end, not midway.
Oh.
Michael was supposed to go down in a fiery blaze of glory with Dr. Loomis. There was supposed to be a lot more because Dan Ferens has talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, well,
so welcome to the Halloween podcast.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we gotta digress back to this.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
I'm
We
sorry.
had to go there. We had to go there.
I'm sorry.
Alex, you're coming on for the Halloween shows now, motherfucker.
I'm a huge Halloween fan.
Perfect.
Oh, that's my guy right there.
No, that's my favorite horror franchise ever. That's why I bitch about a lot of
What
things.
did I say to you about Mustafa Akkad? Believe in a franchise even if it kills you.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah. We talked about this the other day.
So,
22, according to Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
Chad's questions.
Yeah.
Favorite kill?
I gotta go with
I'm gonna say the
getting-
cop.
Yeah, the cop getting ripped. in half.
Cop.
And Cobb, there's not too many to choose from.
Okay, so my girlfriend, as you guys know, not the biggest horror fan, she goes, "Come on, it looked like cheese."
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Oh, it's great. So I'd say the
That's
cop.
awesome.
So we all agree it's the cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the fucking dog that they ran over at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That sets the whole movie up.
Well, I think that thing was kind of already dead, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was. It was.
Yeah.
I was just being stupid.
I love how it just fucking instantly popped the tire, though, man. Like, holy fuck.
So
Yeah.
Well, it's the Splinter shit.
yeah, best scene.
Again.
I would have to say the end credits.
The end
Nice.
credits.
blowing up the gas station.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
For me, it's the arm scene, dude. I
Okay.
love it.
I like the
that's
scene
fine.
where the
Yeah,
thing's pulling
okay.
itself together.
Yeah,
That was pretty decent.
that is pretty cool. How they showed like the splinters intersecting, and then
Yeah.
that's really neat.
That's where they're. I mean, you can tell their
Effects people.
special
Visual
effects
effects.
budget. Their
Yeah.
digital effects, yeah, whatever. Went to that whole scene. That was when his arms are like contorting and shit, and it's like,
Oh, yeah, dude. That shit was great.
yeah, that's some good stuff right there. I'll give it that.
So, did the opening scene hook you in? I wish they didn't, did that quick edit back to the credits back and forth the entire time. That would have kind of saved that a little bit for me. But
Yeah.
I'd have to
Yeah,
say,
the credits-
meh.
The credits killed it for me.
I would say for the most part it did. But
Okay.
It
Well,
kind of went
this is-
downhill
Yes
from
and
there.
no for me.
Well, this was the thing. I thought it looked good. I was like, well, okay, maybe this isn't going to be like a horrible fucking movie. And then literally the credits started rolling, and I was like, oh, okay.
The part that pulled me in from the beginning was seeing that rabid dog come out.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
It
That's what I
looked
mean.
It looked gnarly. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
now I'm intrigued. What am I going to see?
Yeah, exactly. The setup to the movie was nice. I thought, like, the opening scene, yeah, I mean, it's fine for what it is. It'll at least make you interested. But then the credits come in and you're like, oh, it's that kind of movie.
See, the whole movie could have been better if it was just a bunch of infected animals trying to get at them, and they're trapped in the damn gas station.
They
would-
literally,
That'd be cool, too.
Night of the
all
Living
it
Animals.
needed, you take the whole Mexico meth head part out of that, make that dude the cashier at the gas station. These people's car breaks down. They have to stay at the gas station, and the chick's just a customer. And they get in those
Boom.
things come out of the woods. That could have been your movie right there.
There, you just wrote a better movie. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now,
Somebody-
let's make that movie 45 minutes, and boom, we'll get 74% rating.
Yeah. Somebody is going to steal that in a heartbeat, probably.
You better start filming it now, Alex.
Get
on that.
Copyright it now.
Nah, I'm trying to get this other short off the ground.
Listen, I'm gonna say for the opening scene, to me, I liked it. It just because it kind of goes with normal horror aesthetic of like the shitty gas station in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
and I don't know. Overall, to me, I feel like this was just a dude who got a budget and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make an homage to a bunch of fucking horror movies that I love, and I'm just gonna try my best. I mean, the dude made a movie. He's done more than I have, so I'll give him fucking that.
That's true. Yeah, he's done more than I have, so yeah, give him props.
But I mean, dude, you got just the way it's filmed. Looks like I said, 2000s horror. Obviously, it's love child for The Thing, which who doesn't fucking love that movie?
Yeah,
which was great because I only just watched that a week ago. So watching that and then watching this, I was just kind of like in that mode.
Yeah,
I'd rather watch The Thing again.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to watch The Thing again now.
Right, just gonna like get the taste out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Gotta cleanse that. You gotta cleanse the palate a little bit.
Yeah. Just wash this movie away.
See, okay, now would it have been better if it ended a little bit more like nihilistic, where like everybody just fucking died out?
Yeah.
Would that changed?
That might have saved it.
And the parasite like just running off into the woods or something.
Yeah, like just pull out The Thing, like nobody survives. You know what I mean? Like I kind of wish it went that way too.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna go that way at one point.
But no, they had like the whole couple getting together. I'm like, nah, man, like one of them should have died.
Right.
And the dude should have died, obviously.
Well, literally, I wrote
his blowjob and then died.
Well, that's what I thought was
that's
about
the
to
way
happen.
to go out right there, though.
Because when he was standing there, when they were about to go, when they were about to go camping, I was like, oh look, white people that don't know how to camp are going camping. They're probably going to get fucking killed soon. Yeah, but that didn't happen. I was like, well, fuck. Well, there goes that. Now I don't know what to talk about.
No, man. Once again, dude, like I said, I think it's just like an homage to horror movies, man. Like you got any camp slasher just for that little bit.
The hand scene was definitely an Evil Dead thing.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah. Fucking thing from Addams Family on bath salts.
Where's this little skateboard?
Yeah, really.
I kind of thought the scene where the whole thing was pulling itself together kind of reminded me of Virus.
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
Oh, here
I've
we
seen
go.
that one. I know what he's talking about. That's a good one.
So, best hits, hottest girl doesn't really apply here, but I'd have to say the girlfriend.
The sheriff.
The sheriff.
After she got torn apart.
Exactly.
So hot.
So
I like that bottom half.
Did the score set the mood?
Sure.
I guess.
There was the score.
I was gonna say,
I didn't even pay
I didn't
attention.
realize there was music to this.
Yeah, I thought it was just like. I mean, I guess there were drones.
Yeah.
I don't remember there even being music though.
Now I can't answer the next question, which was best song, and I have to say the end credit song.
I quit watching. As soon as the credits started, I'm like, done.
I'm gonna say that Mudvayne song from Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
The Mudvayne song from Ghost Ship.
God damn it, Bobby. Get Bob. That's gonna be the new Friday the 13th drop on this podcast. Is fucking Fall Break.
I had to mention Friday the 13th.
Fuck! Why did you have to say Fall Break? Fuck!
Oh no!
No, don't say it. That's never okay.
Fall Break.
Favorite character would have to be the guy from Without a Paddle. What the fuck's his name?
Oh, you mean Discount Steve Zahn?
Yeah, that one.
You talking about Dennis?
Yeah, Dennis.
Yeah, Shay something. Shay
I agree. The douche is also the best character of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
that's because he's a good actor.
Exactly.
Right.
He actually,
He's gonna
Together, that's for sure.
he's gonna be in the Joker movie too. So.
I can't
Is he
wait to
really?
see that.
Yeah, me either. Anyway, you want to know my favorite character?
Yeah, who's your favorite character?
The Dud Firework.
Yes, the one that starts up 5 years fucking later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way.
The dead dog.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
A little late to the party.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. You halfway saved the day, douchebag.
Halfway is better than no way.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so
No, dude. Oh, sorry,
Did Bobby
go ahead,
say his favorite character?
I went with the douche.
The douche. Okay.
The douche.
Was it scary? I can't.
You can't say that without laughing.
It was jarring. I'll say that.
Oh, so jarring.
Definitely made me go,
I'm so sick of being startled.
It made me have to shit halfway through. That's how jarring it was. Or it was the cup.
I was on the verge of epilepsy, so I guess.
Made me have a hard on, or it might have been
5 more seconds of shaky cam footage, and he's tapping out. I mean,
I'll tell
I know,
you,
right?
I'll tell you how hooked I was in this movie. I turned it off half an hour in, went to Walmart, came back, did a few other things, then I finally got back to watching it.
It's fucking shakier than goddamn found footage, dude. It's ridiculous.
to take a pee in this movie, and I figured it would keep playing and I'd miss it, but I was wrong.
This movie was an hour and 22 minutes long, and it took me 3 hours to watch it.
Really?
It took me 2
Yeah, well,
hours to
I was
get
at
through it.
I was at work, so I kept pausing it.
Oh, fair enough. I watched this, and then I watched fucking Paranormal Activity 3 because I needed to watch something a little better after that. I'll fully admit that.
Toby. Okay, so it was not scary in my opinion. Chad, scary or no?
No.
Alex,
What?
do you think it's scary even for the time?
Oh, this movie?
Yes.
No.
Bobby?
I think again, it's just the idea of the Splinter is the only scary part.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough. Bobby?
No fucking way. Not
Okay.
even close.
And
My fucking little pony's scarier.
That's hot.
It is horrifying, and it is also hot.
I will say, you know what? Not obviously to an adult, but maybe somebody younger, like a teen watching it. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe an 8-year-old.
This is a movie you make your kids watch and go, you fuck up, this is what happens to you.
Yeah, that's the punishment.
I mean, like,
Shitty movie getting splinters in you.
Hey, you remember
Yeah.
this year your kids say, hey, remember that splinter you wouldn't let me take out of your foot? This is what's going to happen if you don't let me take it out.
ooh.
There you
Hey,
go.
that's a good that's a good move.
I'm going to use that.
does
You
it
get a
hold
kid that
up
loves
today?
horror, you're fucked.
Does this movie hold up today? I would have to say
It
no.
wouldn't hold up if it was made in the 80s. There's no way.
Yeah, it didn't hold up for 2008, so I don't say definitely not.
Not
No, I
even
mean,
close.
It's I'll forget about it in 2 days.
Not a bad
There you
number.
go.
We started talking about it.
That's true. We did take a really huge segue into Halloween on this one.
yeah. Everybody's gonna forget
That time
what the
of
fuck
year.
this
It's that
even
time of
was.
year.
So just remind you, everybody, we are reviewing Splinter from 2008.
And I apologize to all the Gore N More people out there. This is my pick, so I apologize if you wasted an hour and 22 minutes.
Hey, we've all picked a
What?
dud. I picked fucking April Fool's Day.
I would like to know which dud did I pick.
I would have rather
It's not
watched
cranberry
that.
sauce.
Hey, that was not a dud. That was perfect.
That was a great.
At
No,
least,
I was saying it wasn't that movie. It was great.
Yeah.
I would say at least the other ones I got coming are a little bit, are much more mainstream and a lot better than this one.
I haven't made a pick, so I can't say.
Yeah, you guys just wait till you watch Just Before Dawn. You'll see some. I'm sure there'll be conflicting emotions on that film.
Oh yes,
We
but
can accurately predict
no
that
pick
will be
here,
your
so
dud.
no feedback.
So, was the acting good or bad? Everyone but Dennis did a mediocre job.
He made the movie.
Again, it's just because he's a good actor.
I guess the cop played a good douchey kind of cop. I don't know. We'll give her
He
that.
was only on screen for 1 minute, so
You're
So you only
safe.
got 6 characters in the whole fucking movie?
Oh yeah.
Was she a douchey cop or just a fucking ignorant cop that was clearly ignoring
maybe
the
the-
people yelling at her saying there was something outside while there's dead people with spikes coming out of their back
Meanwhile,
right
it was like
next
a
to
normal
her.
situation.
and
Because,
they're
man,
standing
she
there
wanted
saying,
to
"Not
book
going
that
anywhere."
dude.
Yeah, it's none of that shit matters. I got to get this fucking freight
Right?
right? Because isn't that what he did? He was robbing fucking
Yeah.
like freights, like
He was working with Vin
semis.
Diesel. He was working with Vin Diesel on
Oh.
the first Fast and Furious before that actually dropped, and then he left.
So,
But
Alex.
yeah,
Next
Yes.
question: did you like the cinematography?
Fuck me.
Horrible.
Awful.
Absolutely atrocious.
I mean, I don't think that I wouldn't call myself a cinematographer. I mean, that's what I do for. I mean, it's not really what I do for a living. I'm a videographer, but I mean, I feel like I feel like even on my worst days,
You can't
I
get
couldn't be this bad. Yeah,
Well, you're not a group of VFX people trying to make a horror film, so
that's true. That's true.
Who apparently ripped fucking lines before they shot every monster scene.
Yeah. Oh,
That would explain a lot.
sure was fucking. I think the whole thing was made on bath salts.
I just want to point out how funny it
Explain a
is.
lot. This is when bath salts were coming in.
I want to point
Yeah,
out how
dude.
funny it is that John is ripping on his own pick here.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, if I can, so I've only seen this movie once before, and it was like 2009, 2010.
okay.
It was on some fucking bullshit like list thing I saw. I was like, ooh, 25 fucking B horror movies you should watch. So I watched like most of them, and that was one of them. And I remember it being better than all the other ones on the list, so it kind of stuck out.
Okay.
But honestly, dude, rewatching it, I did not remember it being so fucking shaky and shit.
Yeah.
Like, because you know, sometimes when you think about like an older movie, you kind of like almost put it in like HD and everything in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, as I was remembering it, I'm like, dude, I thought these like shots were way more pulled back and they showed a lot more of the gore and shit. And I'm just like, so I started looking up and I was like, is there a fucking unrated version that shows more? No, I couldn't fucking find anything on that. It's just that kind of shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay though.
I mean, it's better than a lot of shit that came out in the 2000s. I'll say
But
that.
yeah.
Well, it's better. It's better than a lot of shit that came in 2008. Except The Strangers came out in 2008, so you can't
Yeah.
really compare it to anything.
Boom.
But I mean, at the same time, Saw 5 came out in 2008, and
Ooh, that
look
was
at that
terrible.
fucking piece of
That
shit.
was terrible.
That is very true.
So
I gave up on the third after the third one on that.
Yeah,
I just don't-
John,
I just-
stopped after 3.
I stopped after the short film.
I'm not even going to talk about fucking Saw in this podcast.
Yeah,
I refuse.
I keep doing this. I'm sorry.
I love it, but god damn it.
There's a reason why I stick to 80s and 90s because I can't stand that fucking gore porn shit. I
No,
can't
I
stand
can't
it
either.
at all.
Torture porn, bro.
It's
That's why we. Is that why you bring me on?
on?
Because I can't stand gore either. I'm not a big. I'm not
you
big into-
actually you're unbiased, and that's the thing, and that's why your input is so like awesome to me because again you're a filmmaker, and not only that, but you literally say it how it is, and it's great. It's great.
That's good. I try. I get a lot of
Gore's
shit.
Good if it's done right.
Exactly.
If it's done
Mutilator.
Sometimes.
Exactly.
I'm just not really into like gratuitous gore. Like the scene with Dennis in the freezer and he's like, contorting and shit. That's as good as I need. You know what I mean. Like I don't need like people's guts falling out and shit. Like to me it serves no purpose other than to gross the audience out. Like,
Okay,
that's it.
we
I'm
do
not-
have to say the scene in last week's movie when the bitch is cut in half in the woods and she's trying to grab her bottom part and try to
That
put
is
it back
pretty
together.
Oh, they're fucking wiggling around and shit.
What movie? What movie's
She
that?
tries
Blood
to pull
Rage.
herself back together.
Oh,
Blood Rage.
Oh,
I can appreciate it if it's fucking hilarious.
So like she's like you can tell like half of her body's like buried and like animatronic she's like my body's cut in half and then like she dies and then the fucking
Is that a line?
Huh? No, it's just
Is
the way
that a line?
No,
Oh.
it's not. It's just there's no line. She's
Yeah,
just
right.
kind of like making noises and flailing. And then later in the movie, the fucking crazy brother comes over, like looks at her, grabs her bottom half and slides it up.
Dude, what is this?
Blood Rage.
Oh my
Rage,
god.
A Night in
I'm-
Shadow Woods. What was it?
I'm-
There was like 5 titles.
Slash.
Yeah.
I'm watching that just for that scene.
And
It's
do
on
you
Amazon
know what?
Prime, dude.
Sweet. For free?
It's on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Is it free?
Yes.
Free on
He
Amazon?
got Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, sometimes you still.
And the killer
Prime
has a
makes it
catchphrase.
ring.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
And the killer has the best catchphrase of any 80s slasher. That's not cranberry sauce.
Oh,
Yeah, we
so
said
now,
that, yeah.
okay, I'm putting the pieces together because that's all.
It's a Thanksgiving
y'all been
slasher
saying.
film.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Cool.
do you like the premise, boys?
I like the premise, not
Yes,
the
I
execution.
love the premise. The execution was poor.
Because the premise was
Yeah.
it was the same kind of basis for the game Last of Us, which was a fantastic game. So I like.
Yeah,
the
there
premise.
you go.
I like the premise.
Yeah,
The-
that's. I didn't even fucking think about that.
I caught that, early on. It's like, oh, this is gonna be kind of like Last of Us.
And when did
really
the Last of Us came out? What, 2009?
It was around that time,
It
yeah.
was around the same
Yeah.
time.
It was still when PS3 was going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is still one of my favorite games that I can just sit down and play all the way through.
Oh, absolutely.
I never played it. Sorry.
Oh, really? It's a good game.
John and Bobby,
Go ahead,
Yes,
John.
premise.
Well, honestly, yeah, man. I mean, I liked it. It kind of goes along with the rest of my picks that'll be coming up with kind of more monster movies, nature versus man, kind of thing like that. It's The Thing. If they had a better budget and some better writers, it could be a fucking awesome movie. But like I said, I think it was just this one dude's love letter, like, to fucking horror. Like, he tried to do something, did it work? He did a few things that look cool, but it doesn't really pull it off. But yeah, the premise all in all, man, it's not bad. At least for the monster, at least.
Could have been worse.
Bobby, what do you think about that?
Premise was good. I mean, it's a big explosion for a low budget movie, but like John said, it's definitely the love letter of someone who really loves the horror.
Okay.
But I think probably should have somehow pulled a bigger budget, because he could have done so much more with this movie. But the premise itself, yeah, it fits. So yeah, I like it.
This is something that definitely could benefit from a nice, bigger budget remake.
Agreed.
Pass it off to a better
Yeah.
filmmaker, and
It would
could be
just like
classic.
it would be a really cool movie with better writing and better cinematography.
Yes.
Other than that, I mean, I didn't think the direction was horrible. I just think the dude had a horrible script. It's like whoever he got to write it, or whoever threw that script on his desk. It's like I don't think this dude has directed much. I mean, he did like what, Teen Wolf. So
I think he did. What the hell was it? He did like one other movie, but it was like the third of the series or some bullshit.
Oh.
yeah,
Okay.
What the fuck was this? I can't.
yeah. Like I looked him up. I think the only thing that it just made me laugh because I just made a joke about it. I was like, well, what do you expect from the dude that did 3 episodes of Teen Wolf?
Oh, The Grudge 3. That's what he did.
Oh yeah, that movie sucks.
I forgot there was a third one.
Yeah, that it's
The
I
Grudge
don't
3. He did
I
The
didn't
Grudge
even
3.
get it.
Oh,
He's at least the visual
Yes.
director on that. I don't know if he's the
Yeah,
the
because
visual
he is.
effects. I don't know if he's the director. So. Oh no, he is. Holy shit!
Huh. Yeah. Well,
All right.
So,
Okay.
guys, want to get into this rating? I will start
Yes.
it off by giving it a 1.
I'll give it a 2.
Ooh.
I'll be nice and give it the 1.5. I'm cutting it in the middle.
Alex?
I mean, I'll be super nice since I've been shitting on it more than anybody. I'll give it a 2 just because the premise is cool.
John?
I'll give it a 2.5, just because it was my pick. Would I watch it again? Maybe in like 10 more years when I kind of forget about, oh yeah, I should watch that. And then I'm like, oh, wait, this was a piece of shit. But
That is a Gore N More rating of 1.8 out of
This
5.
would be a
that
good
is our
cure for
lowest
insomnia.
rating, I feel, so far.
Yeah. It's definitely.
Woo!
It gave us a lot of shit to talk about. Whether it was about the movie or not is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started the episode talking about hate and toxicity. Then we hated on this movie. Then we segued.
Sorry, I ranted for no reason.
Oh, there was always a reason to rant. Don't you dare
Yeah.
worry about it.
Okay.
It's all good though. It was awesome having you on as always, man. And you are always welcome on Gore N More.
I just want to say, if you didn't do a Halloween rant, we would have been talking about Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
I think
I figured that would have happened.
the Halloween rant was needed. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Oh man,
yes,
yeah,
but
it
Friday's
is.
Friday
And-
the 13th, so we need that too.
Yeah, Halloween's just one of my favorite movies. So
I agree.
So it's time to be motherfucking chills. Friendly reminder that the Gore N More podcast is part of the Do Back Discussion Podcast Network, featuring other podcasts such as the Do Back Discussion Podcast, the Wicked Wednesday Podcast, the Hall of Heroes Podcast, Jerk the Curtain, Rabbit Hole, Dream Warrior Review, Dewback Sports. Find those all on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And of course, over at the beautiful dewbackdiscussion.net, your source for pop culture and much more. And head on over. Actually, I got a commercial for this now. I don't even have to do this anymore. I mean, you guys think you can listen to it this time without laughing?
We'll try.
No promises.
No promises.
Alex, have you listened to any of the last 3 episodes?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I've been busy.
It's all good.
So I will probably laugh.
Okay. You ready? Okay.
I laugh at everything.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry in advance.
Hey, you out there. Hey, listener. Take a look at yourself. Want to know why you look like shit? Because you aren't wearing Dewback merch. Take your ugly ass over to dewbackdiscussion.net and click on the merch tab. Pick up some hot fucking swag, then you can become a sexual Tyrannosaurus, just like us.
Oh, I had to turn the mic away. I'm like, no, I'm not ruining this.
That's great.
I started laughing as soon as he said, you know why you look like shit?
That's fucking awesome.
As soon as you said, hey, you, I lost it.
I mean, it makes me want to buy a t-shirt.
You feel like...
Want to know why you look like shit? Oh, I got to buy a t-shirt now.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. Well, I just want to do a quick shout out to all the Gore N More fans out there. Each week we release a episode to you guys, and each week my inbox is flooded with messages of things from hell yeah, or I can't wait to listen to this, or I'll talk to you in an hour. It's awesome seeing so much feedback. And something that we struggled with early on in the life of this podcast is, really getting active feedback from listeners. And now we get an overabundance of feedback. Social media engagement is never, it's not a thing these days. But to get private messages from fans and them just be like, dude, I watched this movie because of your podcast. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, I'm making you waste your time. Like, that's awesome.
Dude, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Every day I wake up, I check my phone. I have new friend requests.
Yeah.
From various people in the business, various cosplayers, whatever, that are fans of the show.
It's great.
It's awesome.
It's very humbling.
And as much as TJ wants to give props to the fans, I also want to give props to the haters, because fuck you, we're making it, you're not.
Exactly. And thank you guys. Thank everyone who fucking tunes in an hour each week to listen to us talk about some shitty horror movie, and then, sidebar onto Friday the 13th, and then sidebar into this, and then, get back onto the review. And I don't know.
People have told me that they love our show just because it actually sounds like it's just a bunch of guys sitting around a table talking.
Exactly.
That's why people like. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just to say that's why people like fucking Joe Rogan too. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
I like it. I enjoy it. I never even, I don't know if I don't do fucking podcasts, but it's fun to me. Gives me something to do.
He don't do podcasts, but damn, he's been itching to get on Gore N More. That says something.
Yeah. Well,
It's a good old time.
Yeah. If you guys don't remember, back, I don't know, a couple months ago, Alex did April Fool's Day with us when Chad was absent, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, Chad was absent. And that was a great episode. And
I don't even remember what the hell happened that I couldn't make it to that show.
I have no fucking clue.
All I remember
that's the one where
I had to work.
everybody
That's
isn't
right.
dead, right?
Yeah, the most pointless movie of all time. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
You're gonna see everybody die, but they don't actually die.
Yeah. I was genuinely entertained.
Yes. But that is
That
all.
matters.
We're going on to an hour and 20 minutes. Holy shit. We're talking too
Hey.
much.
If you cut the Halloween talk, it's down to a lean hour.
Yeah.
It was those rants. It was the rants.
It was.
I know. God damn it. Sorry.
All good.
Okay.
Well, as always, this is your host with the most, TJ Bowser, signing off.
This is your dark lord of knowledge, Chad Chrisman, saying goodbye.
This is Big Johnny D saying, see you later, Gore N More.
Your killing machine Bobby saying, I'll kill you later.
Alex.
I get an intro. Well, I'm
Outro.
Alex, and this is my intro outro. I'm just kidding.
Beautiful.
Thanks for coming on, Alex.
Yes, thank
No
you
problem,
very
man.
much.
Thanks for having me.
you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
We
It's
loved
fun
it.
stuff.
But it's got to be